That was Kartik, my first year there, and I would never stay overnight. Several times Gurudev said, you can stay overnight. So then it's Kartik time, and I said, Gurudev, I'd like to do parikrama with you, but I guess I'll have to stay here, huh? He says, you can if you like. So I came, I brought my bag, and there were about 5 of us. Some of the British devotees came. There were only about 5 of us Westerners, and we had the room just above his upstairs on the roof. And it was so exciting, I couldn't believe it. You know, I'd never heard the bhajans in the morning before. All these young Bengali brahmacharis singing like Gandharvas, you know, singing all these beautiful melodies and all the kirtans, and I was completely transported to the spiritual realm, boom, just with that sound vibration. And then by the end of Kartik, I was just like, I just didn't want to move. And then, so I'm staying on, I'm not going back to Vrindavan, and Gurudev knew I was still upstairs, and then he starts sending messages. Can you please tell Vicitri to go back to Vrindavan? And I wouldn't go. He would tell me, and then he'd send other people to tell me. Finally, one time he had to break my leg to get me out of there. Literally, I fell down, broke my ankle, and I had to leave. Don't mess around with Gurudev. When he tells you to do something, just do it. That's my experience.
Because I was staying with Pramananda Prabhu, I was in the kitchen all the time. So even during parikrama, my parikrama was potato parikrama. I was just doing parikrama potatoes. So we used to go after everybody left, you know, because our service was making sure that we had prashadam for all the parikrama party when they came back. And obviously some places, Gurudev, when he was very strong in 2000, he used to go everywhere, but a little later he used to stay back and then maybe go later in car, you know, to meet the parikrama party. So he would always come to the kitchen. Gurudev used to come and see what's cooking, what's this, what's that. He liked to see everything, asking Pramananda Prabhu, so what preparations did you do today? He looked at the malpuas, he liked malpua a lot. And then, yeah, Gurudev was always checking in the kitchen. And then he was also making sure that there's no kirtaniyas with us. So Gora Sundar one time was with us, you know, and he was cutting vegetables and he stayed back, you know. And when Gurudev saw him, he didn't say anything. He just went rushing towards him and kicked him in the back and made him roll over. And he's like, whoa, what happened? What happened? And then he turns around and, oh, Gurudev. And then Gurudev was like, I haven't brought you here to cut potatoes. You are Kirtaniya. You have to go there in Parikram and play Mridanga. I don't want to see you here again. So Gurudev was very like heavy on Kirtaniyas. He didn't want them to stay there back cutting potatoes. But yeah, but Gurudev, he always used to come to see the kitchen. Always he wanted to make sure, you know, that everything was nice, that we had nice prasadam for everybody. You know, always and we always used to like give him at least one dona of all the different preparations, so we would see, and he would just, you know, if it was offered already, he would just take a little taste and see, okay, it's good, okay.
The whole party come having special.
Sometimes, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, so it was special. I mean, Gurudev was always, you know, he always cared of his disciples, so he was always making sure that, you know, they were fed nicely, they were correctly, and that's why he was so pleased, especially Pramananda Prabhu, because he was doing that service. You know, we always trying to make sure that everybody takes prasadam. Because I mean, Harikatha is prasadam, but everybody also needs to take some prasadam. So Gurudev used to always make sure, always come, make sure, you know, the salt was right, the sweet was right, we got enough kheer and stuff like that. So he was always checking us in the kitchen, so that was really nice to see him.
Srila Prabhu, and he invited Srila Gurudev in his home. It was only a small house, but 80 devotees came. It was the first and last time I think Gurudev did such a thing, that he made a festival for 5 days in such a small place. And it happened that we were leaving living nearby in a village, and out of curiosity we came. He invited us for a visit. We were going to ISKCON temple. We were since my husband 7 years in ISKCON, I was 4 years. And because some things happened there, we lost some faith in ISKCON, but still we didn't have other option. And we also didn't understood so much about the Guru Tattva. But I was reading Srila Govinda Maharaj's books, and there was always this hint of Guru is Nikunjayu radically Sintai. And I was thinking, oh, it would be nice to meet such a person, such a Guru. But when I saw Gurudev, I didn't immediately understood that could be him. But I was thinking it's interesting how he speaks. This is impressive. It is real. What he says is not only theoretical. But I needed some more time. 1 year I studied his books, and I was speaking with other devotees. Yamarani Didi came to our house, or flat. So Shripad Bon Maharaj, he was that time Brahmachari. He came for a visit, and I liked them all, how they spoke. And then I desired to go to the festival in Holland. We went there with our Takuchi, Gornitai. They were not installed at the time, but I had desired to have them installed. I was thinking, okay, let's install the Takuchis by Srila Maharaj, and I will see if I get initiated. Maybe yes, maybe not. Let's see. But they told me I cannot install Takuji and not be initiated. It doesn't fit together. Then just to have installed Takujis, I said, okay, I will get the initiation. I was not 100% sure. And I was a little bit sad about it. I'm not sure if he's my guru. So I spoke to Vrindavan Vilasini. I'm not so sure. And she pushed me in front of Gurudev and said, she's not sure if you are her guru. So tell her something. And Gurudev said, oh, then come to my room, we will speak at 5 o'clock. But by the time, somehow something happened in me that I got some impression, oh yes, he is that kind of person. I didn't go that in his room to speak about that, but I was sure. Suddenly happened, yes, I want to be initiated. Why not? It's good chance. And my husband, he was, because we had the guru in ISKCON, and then he was afraid to get bad experience again. So he was waiting, and Gurudev said to him, I will give you Harinam, but Diksha I will give you 1 year later. But when we got in the room, and the second initiate should stay and the first should go out, and my husband got up and wanted to leave, but then I also said I will also leave because I cannot get initiated before my husband. Then Madhava Maharaj or Brajan Prabhu, they asked, why are you leaving? No, because my husband is leaving, and if he doesn't get initiation, I also cannot get. Then Madhava Maharaj asked, but his head is not shaved. He said, I will shave it. You will shave? Yes, they were all laughing. Then sit down, you will also get initiation. So we got second initiation. So by good luck.
In 2007, Rama Didi, she decided to give me a ticket to go to India, to Gora Purnima in Navadvipadam. And then I couldn't believe this because was more than a dream. Go to India and really see Srila Gurudeva there and all devotees, because I was trying to be a devotee from baby, but it's completely different. Brazil is completely crazy place, and everyone is strange, and the food is strange. And for all my life, I used to think, wow, India would be the paradise and things like this. And then when Rama Didi, she offered to me the ticket, I became very glad to her, and of course I accept. Then I went to India, to Navadvipadama Parikram. I remember I went with Lalita. She helped me so much because I didn't speak any English at the time. It was a little bit difficult. And then after Guru Purnima, I became very stressed because I realized that I have to come back to Brazil. And I knew if I came back to Brazil, my life will be ruined. And then I asked Srila Gurudev. He was giving a darshana in front of the Govardhana temple in the lotus flower. He was chanting Japamala there. And then I don't know who, but someone told us, you can go in and talk to Srila Gurudev. And then, oh my God, seriously, wow, because it was very, very difficult to talk to him directly and look into his eyes. It was not so easy because many people, thousands of people was like fighting to be close to Srila Gurudeva, you know. It was very difficult to touch his feet. It was like a war, you know. It really was very, very difficult. And then I was just around just watching him chanting his mala, his Japamala. And then someone thought, you can go in the garden to have a darshan. I said, okay, let's go. And I remember it was me, and I don't remember who else, but there was some another persons, of course. And then he looked at me and asked me, who are you? And I couldn't answer. Like, I said, yes, Vicitra was with me this time. I remember now. She answered to me. And he asked me again, who are you? I said, Gurudev. Vicitra, she said, she did like this, speak, Tulasi, speak, say something. And then I couldn't answer Srila Gurudev, I don't know why. And then she tell him, she's Tulasi from Brazil. And then he asked me, what are you doing here? And Vicitra, she was translating for me. And he asked me, what are you doing here? And then I said to him, I came to Guru Purnima. And then he asked me, and now, what are you gonna do? And then I didn't know what to say to him. And I asked him, please Gurudeva, I don't want please Gurudev, I don't want to come back home. Can I go to Ganga Matas? And he did like, yeah, you can go. And then my heart started like, I didn't know anything about the Ganga Matas. I didn't know anything about spiritual life, about the practicing of spiritual life, what it will be to live in the temple. But he gave me his blessings. And then from India, I went straight to Ganga Matas in London. And that was really nice. Very nice prasad, very nice people, very nice book distribution. Everything was really, really, really good.